God.
All right. Well, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor be unto
Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Chafkadash.
double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops of the great millstone who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there, Christian's word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago, reporting live another week with some more of it. Y'all want to do Jeremiah 28?
Go ahead and do it, brother.
Yeah, it's Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's the plan. The bottom line is, Yahweh Shema Shai has, ushered in his holy prophets, present destruction to the wicked and salvation to the righteous. And it started in ancient times and is more prevalent right now because this is our last hurrah in this wicked place.
And one of the ways it's showing it is that, GMS camps are known for going out to prophesy. Chicago goes out and prophesies, right? In some of the worst weather that has been seen. And the order came down because they have to tell us twice, all right? But we still, because it's just in us to go out, all right? But the second time, the apostle said, in them freezing temperatures of that Chicago cold, you brothers don't have to be out there in that. And so finally we took heed to that. So today is freezing temperatures. Yesterday it was nice. So I just knew we was going to be out, I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But, because when he sent me the message, like, it showed me the temperatures for tomorrow, I was just like, nope, we inside. Because I know that it's Yahweh that's doing it. The Lord is doing this. Because he's getting ready to pull back. The mercy, the door of mercy is starting to close. All right? It's starting to close, man. And so now, it's a time to repent. Now it's a time to repent and turn back. As a matter of fact, that's what repent means, to turn back. How can you turn back to something that you've never been a part of? Trying to make this false religion of Christianism, and that they where they've taken the Bible, the Hebrews Bible, and tried to make it a universal book. That's what Catholicism means, universal. The Bible is not universal. The Lord is not universal. All right, he's the Lord is for His people, and it tells you personal pronoun. As a matter of fact, somebody give me look up the word personal pronoun and look up what word is going to fall under it. You're going to see words like his, hers, them, they. All right. So that's not, and that's a personal pronoun. You can't, if the subject matter is shootbox, fight team, all right, for any of you fight fans out there, when you start talking about him, her, and they, you already know that you're talking about the shoot it box members. Exactly. You're not talking about everybody.
Right.
All right. So this is does it not say in Corinthians? Somebody get that too. I think it's 1 Corinthians 11. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. The Bible is about the Hebrew Israelites. So why is it that Christianism has such a hard time with the Hebrew Israelites when the Hebrew Israelites were first called Christians? Somebody can grab that as well. In Antioch, who was being called Christian? The Hebrew Israelites. It's really that simple, man. And you have all these people making these excuses, and and they have these dialogues where they try to make fun of that of what I just said, make fun of that truth, and tell them, well, you go to the white man's sources. The white man printed all the Bibles. That still didn't make the words Lord still, the truth still came out. And yeah, we go to the internet, but it's not the white man's internet. Most of these inventions that you're talking about, and I'm speaking about vocab and that buffoon, that Kunalite that was with them. All right. Most of the things that make the internet network was made by Israelites. Most of the inventions, that you use in your daily life, thermostat, the light bulb, was Latimer, not Edison. Edison wasn't responsible for the filament of the light bulb. A so-called Negro was. All right. The car engine, the refrigerator, air conditioning, heat. All right. Toilet, stove, washing machines, and there's nothing used more right now than GPS and drones and drone technology. Both were created by so-called black people. Yeah, vocab. Okay, so you can't get around the truth that's in the Bible, no matter how hard you try. Right? Somebody got those scriptures? Can we get them?
Which one you want first?
It don't matter which one comes first. Just bring them.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 26. It says, I'm starting 1. It says, I speak, it's 2 Corinthians 11 and 21. I speak as concerning reproach as though we had been weak. Howbeit, whensoever any is bold, I speak foolish. I am bold also. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
So the Hebrew Israelites, it didn't say Jewish.
Nope.
All right. So the Hebrew Israelites are the seed of Abraham. All right. Jewish is something completely different. They're Talmudians. They worship from the Talmud. That's a whole different book. Isaiah 34:16 said, you can't make no book with her. All right.
Sure.
And in a mastery to become a rabbi, you have to master the Talmud. All right. That's a whole nother book. The Lord doesn't have a covenant, and those books follow other laws and Babylonian and ancient Egyptian and the Babylonian gods. All right. Those people are not the people of the Lord. All right. A lot of the narratives, especially the narrative about the man named Adolf, his last name starts with an H. Now the chat GPT is translating a lot of his speeches. You're starting to see that a lot of things that they said about him, well, let's say that they lose control over that narrative, and that narrative is becoming the talk point everywhere now. So, quite frankly, they've lied, and which is why they make laws to put in place. If you talk about certain events, you're anti-semantics. So to avoid the truth or anything coming out, they just label you a criminal and saying, with the whole anti-semantic thing. All right. But it turns out that, there was a lot of really bad things going on in Germany and that part of the world. And the man named Adolf, whose last name starts with an H, he actually made a lot of that stop. I mean, they was talking about the debauchery. They said one of the things you could do is you could actually come in there, so on, bro, and you could go to a whorehouse and get a mother and a daughter and have them both, bestiality, all that stuff was going on, and he put a stop to that. He put a stop to usury. Germany was in a very bad place financially. It took you a whole wheelbarrow to just get a loaf of bread, and this man in a few short years turned it around. And then by him doing that, the wealthy aristocrats of a certain of the JOOs hated him, and they declared war on him and Germany. And those are the things that you're hearing. I'm not saying that those things are factual or true. This is all for entertainment purposes. Right. But the narrative is now, it wasn't being talked about before, and now it's becoming a talk point. All right. So, they're being found out. And I still want those scriptures that I called for, but before we get any of them, get 2 Ezra 6, 27, 28, Bible Kashab.
Let's put the 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared."
Right, the truth that shall be so long without fruit shall be declared. So I'm going to give you the perfect example of what I'm talking about, vocab, and that Cunalite apologist that was with you, or anybody like them, how they do lie, and how, yes, we know that Edom created the blue letter, but he didn't create the Bible. Actually, he, and he just reprinted the Bible, and I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I just had the brother read. Matter of fact, first, give me Hebrews 7 and 14. I know I'm all over the place, but it all has a purpose. Hebrews 7 and 14. There's a reason why.
This is Hebrews 7 and 14. It says, "For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood."
Right, so that's Hebrews. So he sprang out of the tribe of Judah. He didn't spring out of the tribe of Jewish.
No, not Jewish.
All right, he sprang out of the tribe of Judah. You sure? It don't say Jewish?
No, let's read that again. So it says, for it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Okay, so now that we know that, I'm going to read 2 Corinthians 11 and 22 again. It says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Then the very next line says, are they ministers of Christ? He just said he was a Hebrew from the tribe of Judah. He wouldn't have called himself Christ. You see? But that's what they printed. Who printed that? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They may have called themselves the Hamashiach, the anointed one, but they purposely put a Greek word there, a Greek pronunciation. This is how they deceive and try to make it. I can't give you a better, the evidence is right there in the scripture itself. It says, are they ministers of Christ? Question mark. I speak as a fool. I am more. Laborers more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in the death oft. All right. Of the Jews, all right, 5 times receive I 40 stripes save 1. So the point being is that, reading it again, are they Hebrews? So am I. All right. Are they Israelites? So am I. Okay. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Didn't say nothing about Jewish. All right. And then they turn around and are they ministers of the Hamashiach? What could it just should have said, are they ministers of Yahushua? All right. It's as simple as that, man. These peoples are liars, and they can't be trusted, man. All right. Bring out those scriptures, Bob Kushab, whatever you have over there, brother.
I have something to back that up right quick. This is Romans 11 and 1. But he asked for that Christians first called Antioch. Do the Acts 11, and then I'm gonna bring up the other.
This is the book of Acts chapter 11 verse 26. And when he found him, he brought him to Antioch. And it came to pass that whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
So they were called that word. Why? And then they leave out the whole Hellenization. They leave out the whole Hellenization process. See, I just had that conversation not long ago with someone about how you go from the Babylonian to the Assyrian and then straight to the Roman captivity, and they leave out the Greek captivity. So they eliminate the Apocrypha, because the Apocrypha exposes that Esau Edom is the so-called white man, the same as many rabbis do now. Vocab, we're still waiting on you to address that, vocab, and all you apologists out there. All right, why are you apologists and you Christians not addressing the accusations of the rabbis saying that Christianity is Esav? All right, because you have a whole plethora of rabbis that are saying that America and Europe are this place of great future judgment because they're Esav. They're descendants of Rome, and Rome was Esau. All right, not Japhet. All right, Rome was Esau. All right, the rabbis are saying this, and yet none of you have responded to it. But you can always fix your lips to talk about Christianity, denying that it says, "Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I." This is a book about the Hebrew Israelites, vocab. All right, stop ducking and dodging me, bro. It's been too long, man. I've been coming at him for a minute, man. All right, for a long time, and he'll mention GMS and he'll go off on, but he don't address any of the subject matters that are brought up, man.
This whole platform is based off of us. Without us, he has no platform.
And then it's based off of us, but without actually discussing what we're really talking about.
The truth.
They try to control the narrative and make it and speak to their audience as if they know what we're talking about, and they don't. They're speaking about their own thing, man. All right.
I got something to back you up.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 11 and 1, and this is just straight cut to all that foolishness. This is Romans 11 and 1, and if you look at it, it says Israel is not cast away. It says, "I say then, have the Most High cast away His people? The Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." It said, "The Most High have not cast away His people, which He foreknew." What ye not? What the scripture say of Elias? how he made an intercession to the Most High against Israel's saying.
So he said that he was from the tribe of Benjamin.
Tribe of
And
Benjamin.
then it said again that he spoke something about Israel.
That's right.
But did it say anything about the Jewish?
No, nothing about the Jewish.
Oh, okay. Just all right.
Reading
Right,
that.
and it say nothing about Jewish. See, Jewish is something different. All right. As a matter of fact, the breakdown. There used to be a breakdown that I can't find anymore. Ariela's not here, but he says it is somewhere. You can still find it. But you used to be able to look up Israeli, and it would tell you the definition would read. An Israeli, you remember?
I remember.
It said it was Israeli was a modern day citizen of Israel, not to be mistaken for the ancient Israelites. That was the online definition, telling you right out that they're not the same. And I'm gonna just continue to regurgitate it. 2 Corinthians 2:11 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Once again, this is a book about the Hebrew Israelites. The entire Bible from beginning to the end. It's about the rise, the fall, and then the rise again of the Hebrew Israelites. And when they rise again is when their Lord and Savior comes back, who the world purposely, fraudulently, and falsely called Jesus Christ. His name is Yahushua. All right?
God, just backing up what you're saying.
Any
This,
brother, hey, Shalom, bro.
So
And any brother got something, come off the top ropes, man. Don't wait. Tag team.
this gonna prove the point immediately. This is Psalms 147 and 19. It says, He showeth his word unto Jacob, and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Did he show it to the Jewish?
Nope. He said Jacob and Israel.
Right. So you can't look. Abraham was not Jewish. Isaac was not Jewish. Right? Jewish is a religion of a group of people that converted. All right? And the world knows it, but there's a certain group demographic of Jewish people that own and control the media, and they try to drown out that information. That's just a ugly fact, and it's only ugly to them because, just like the whole thing about World War II and Adolf, and the man's last name starts with an H, they're losing the narrative about him now. Now that Chat GPT is breaking down the language, what he was speaking and saying and repeating what he was saying, and a lot of things that they said about him are turning out not to be true. All right. So now we got a little question. We got a problem. Somebody got some splaining to do. Bring it out, brother.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Right. So that was a many-fold scripture. All right. But right now it's referring to the the people who are claiming the heritage that is clearly not their own. Once again, I will boldly say and truthfully say that the whole world knows this to be true, but not everyone is willing to speak up on it because people are afraid of getting labeled with the anti-Semitic thing. All right. Because you gotta, and it's sad that you can have people that commit some of the most heinous crimes, physically and financially, that the world has ever seen. All right, including murder, theft, rape, robbery, and all that stuff, trafficking, sex trafficking, child trafficking. They can be guilty of all these things. And then the moment you point it out, they have this shield of anti-Semitics that they run behind. And so when you point out their crimes, you get labeled the anti-Semitic, and their crime gets ignored, and all the focus is on you. All right. And if you're making big money with them, you got to come on television behind the camera and make a public apology, and bite your tongue and recant everything you said, because it proves that they control the money. Because we can make your bank account go away. We could counsel you. All right. So if you can counsel anyone, that means you have a big voice and a lot of power. And the curses say that the Israelites, matter of fact, somebody hold it and read it every time I call on it, Baba Kashah. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Once again, this book is about the Hebrew Israelites, man. And I'm going to keep slapping you in the fucking mouth with it until you get it. All right? All you dumbass Christians out there. I hope you are insulted and your feelings are hurt. All right? Wake up.
That's right.
Bring it out. Somebody had a precept?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Nobody's higher than the JOOs. Nobody. Because you can say whatever the hell you want about the Irish. You can say whatever the hell you want about Africans. You can definitely say whatever the hell you want about Israelites. But you can't say shit about the Goldsteins, the Rosenbergs, the Silversteins. You can't talk about them. All right? Read.
Deuteronomy 28:43 shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend. It says, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
Okay, so all the gated communities in Chicago are full of the issues. All right? I can think about 5 right off the top of my head. And most of the people that live in them are issues. And they have shops on Jewelers Row. They're bankers. They're all that. All right? They have realty companies. You know that the majority of the high-rise buildings and the apartment buildings downtown, do you know who owns them? Not just regular white people. All right? Say it again. Uh-huh. Yeah. Them. All right? Say it again, brother.
So J.B. Pritzker and Associates.
There it is, man. They own the majority of the property. So the Bible just says that the Israelites will be very low. All right? It didn't say that the Jewish would be very low, because clearly the Jewish are not very low. They're very high. Once again, 2 Corinthians 11:22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. I have to change the name of this video to that. All right? You got some more to that, brother?
It says, verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Okay, so who owns the banks? Oh, but if you talk about that, anti-semantics. All right? You know? I know it's bullshit. It's like, well, that's anti-semantic. Huh? Because you're right. Because I just pointed out the fact that you're rich and living good.
Right. All those diamond districts in the downtown areas, it's all ran by them.
It's all ran by them. So what's anti-semantic about that? All right? But then it makes me think of that skit in what was that show? That shit was funny as hell with the Boondocks. When Riley was dreaming, and he was like the best basketball player in the world, and they made Shaq. That whole scene with Shaq, like he was like, "So you mean to tell me this nigga's better than you?"
Stacking paper to the ceiling.
Right, he stacked more paper to the ceiling, and he get more bitches than you, and then he put his head down. Yeah, that is true. You know, right? So right, man. So you getting all you stacking paper to the ceiling, right? You got more bitches than us. All right, you own every damn thing. You own the party. You own the DJ, the sound system, the club, all that, the bar. And so the radio station. So when we point that out, we anti-Semitic, but how does that work?
Fairness of the earth.
Where it's like, damn, stop telling everyone how rich I am.
Right.
You're anti-Semitic.
Now they're making articles about the 20 most powerful issues in the world.
Exactly.
They own everything.
Yeah, exactly.
I had 2 precepts.
Bring them out, brother.
This is Psalm 73 and 8. They are, Salaki 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than the heart could wish. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. So as soon as you say something, as soon as you point out the shit,
Be rad.
you know, right?
He was talking about my problems. She complaining about being broke, living in the hood, and he was like, "Yeah, like when people be all up on your private beach and shit." She was like, "Yeah, right." Damn, I wish I had that problem.
Right.
Every time I look out my balcony, this niggas all on my private beach. I'm complaining. That's my problem.
Right.
That's a good problem to have. I wish that was my problem.
Right. Nigga never have that.
Like, what's wrong, bro? These niggas always on my private beach, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can I hit one real quick?
Absolutely,
This
brother.
Psalms 49:6 is real quick. It says they that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. That's just the Esau Edom's character. You know, he boasts in his money. You know, he speaks lowly. When it comes to oppression. You know, and what ultimately he do, his pride allow him to try to hide behind his riches. But when we tell the truth about it, we expose it.
Right.
And he get mad at
And
it.
so that's anti-semantics because there's so many speeches out there of different rabbis and different, converts speaking to their people, telling them not to shine. Don't wear your best chain. Don't show off your fancy car. You know, because a lot of them do live real frivolous. But the younger ones, they wanna do like the rappers do. You know, they want to throw it in your face. They want the yacht parties with all the big booty bitches on it and sniffing coke off their asses. And invite all their poor nigga and speaker friends to come hang out on the yacht with them, right?
Yeah, ultimately, these rappers want to be like them. Hey, Esau Edom created the Instagram model.
Yeah.
He created these rappers, man. Hey,
Exactly.
It's just the scripture said, "Hey, our people surpass the deeds of the wicked."
Yeah.
So that's that ultimately now Esau Edom wanna, he give you the money so he can come to your party and see what wickedness you got. You got to offer.
Right. He want to go right, and he'll get down with you, right? And like when you driving on the lakefront in the summertime in Chicago, and you hit Oak Street.
Man.
All right, and you see all them yachts when they gather together, like they all like out there. 90% of those yachts are owned by issues. All right, and they do be out there doing exactly what I said: sniffing coke, having sex, eating pork and shrimp, all that. And the keys should be out there, right? And sometimes Judah have his ass out there right with him. Right, because you always got to have a token Negro around, and I know because I was one of them. When I was in the world, the big swole nigga that was out there with all the fake Jews, that was me. Right, exactly. So I got to see from the inside how they was. When I woke up, I was like, damn, I'm in the middle of hell. All right, and never turned back. And it's funny too how my clientele and my money shrank immediately. When I woke up and stepped away from that. All right, I wasn't down no more. So,
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 64, and verse 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away," right? And so with all this information and this wisdom that how about Shmuel Shah's pushing out there, Esau got caught in the mix. He breaking down these different words, exposing himself, the ish. He putting these words together, just literally exposing himself and telling on himself, "Oh, we're something pertaining like unto them, but we're not exactly them."
his very name, man. It's like I was having a conversation with Saint Benji. We're going back and forth about see if I can find that conversation about the language because I'm have the Babylonian captivity, Assyrian captivity, Greece, and then America, and then and these people using the Assyrian script, and then the AI was trying to justify why they're using the Assyrian script. All right, and the last two answers was total grease. They greased it. And let me see if I can find it. Oh damn, it's in that phone. Fuck. All right, but they gave the answer like, well, when they left the Babylonian captivity, they came because the second, because the Assyrians took over Babylon, right? So they're saying that's how they came back with the Assyrian script. So I'm like, okay, so I asked the question again, and Benji's typing all this shit, and then it says, well, I said, well, then why are the relics from the time of the relics from the time of the fall of Rome doesn't show the Assyrian script? It shows you that the currency and the things that they were using during the time of the fall was the Paleo, was the Phoenician script. And then it said, then it came back with an answer. Well, some of the changes that happened took longer in other provinces. Some of the people were so they came back from this captivity, and some of the people were writing in the Assyrian, but the others were still writing in the Paleo. That makes no sense at all. And then the last question is, well, why is it that every time they find relics here in America, among the Northern Kingdom, all right, recently, I think about maybe 2-3 weeks ago, they found a whole nother batch of Hebrew relics with the Paleo, the Phoenician script in Puerto Rico. All right. Again, this is a second batch of Paleo Hebrew artifacts that they found in Puerto Rico. So it's like, well, they were in the Assyrian captivity, the Northern Kingdom. We know this, and then they left and they came to America. The scriptures tell that. History tells us that. Some Edomites admit it, others deny it. All right. But nevertheless, when they came to America, why did they start writing in the Paleo again? You understand what I'm saying? When they were in the Assyrian captivity, they were writing in the Assyrian. But when they were under captivity. But when they got here, you find the Paleo. All right? You find the Paleo. Okay? They weren't writing in the Assyrian when they got here. Did they have some Assyrian relics? Yes, they did. But that was stuff they brought with them from captivity. But the majority of the writing that they found all over America was the Paleo. So, so Chat GBT really had nothing to say.
Right.
All right. So somebody's lying, man, and somebody's telling the truth. And through extrapolation is easy to find. See, the reason why those people write in the Assyrian script is because it would prove, and we know that the Mormons knew that the natives here were Israelites. It says it in that book. So guess what? The rest of the Christians knew too. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read this receipt real quick from this writer, because so many people wrote books about it. But this was one book written by, I think I read this a couple weeks ago, but this was one book that was written by Lenora Burson, and it's called The Negroes and the Jews. And this is on page 212. It says the Negroes claim to be Jewish is legitimate. So this book, somebody look this book up and find out when it was copyrighted, when it came out.
Negroes.
Yeah, this one right here. When did she write this book? By Lenore E. Burson. All right, find out when it was copyrighted. All right, so it says the Negroes claim to be Jewish is legitimate. So the Negroes are not claiming to be Jewish. The Negroes are claiming to be Judeans. There is a difference. All right, because once again, Abraham was not Jewish. Isaac was not Jewish. Jacob was not Jewish. His 12 sons were not Jewish. They were Israelites. All right, just like it said in 2 Corinthians 11:22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. It didn't say nothing about Jewish. All right. Remember, Jewish is a hijack. They hijack the Israelites by using the word Jewish. That's the hijack. That's the catch. All right. But it says the Negroes claim to be Jewish is legitimate. The land of Israel is located in Western Asia. Who's been saying that for years now. All right. Now other people are starting to say it too because it's fucking true. All right. But it says in the borders on North Africa, all of the native inhabitants of the region were non-white. This is true. When Spain expelled its Jews, its Judeans, in 1492, many of them went to Africa. It seems probable that some of them were later were brought later to America as slaves. Is absolutely true. All right. The spirituals never sing African rivers is always the Jordan or the Red Sea. They don't sing about African chiefs or kings. It's David or Moses or some other Judean characters from the Bible. I'm not going to say that J is word anymore.
She wrote that in 1971.
So that was in 1971. What do you think she got her research from? I bet you we can get a hold of her footnotes.
She one of them doors.
All right, you know
Shit, Amazon want
That's what I was
3
gonna say.
bands for it.
what?
Amazon want
I
3
think
bands
this
for it.
chick, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Of course,
what
you
I
can get it
looked
Hey,
cheaper.
this chick know it from the source. I'm concerned.
God damn, $2,995 after taxes. That's so. It's information in that book.
So like,
Yeah,
it's
That's not
used.
suspicious.
Used.
Damn.
They want 3 bands used.
3 bands used.
No, unbound.
it's
unbound.
Okay.
Unbound 3 bands.
So they don't even, the page is not even together and they want 3
They
bands.
want 3 bands for it, man. Now, of course, you can get it cheaper. You can fuck around and get it for free, you know, off the PDF version and download it. But the fact that they put this price tag on there is some things they don't want you to find out.
So that's that being the point. And I'm not down with the PDF because it's not. I like to hold stuff in my hands, and the PDF you just can pick up and put to the camera so people can screenshot it. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, brothers.
This is Esther 8 and 17. And in every province and in every city, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, the Jews had joy and gladness, a feast and a good day. And many of the people of the land became Jews, for the fear of the Jews fell upon them.
You want to break that down?
Yeah, and when you look up where it says became Jews, it says to become a Jew in fact or in fraud.
Read it again.
To become a Jew in fact or in fraud.
And fraud. So basically, they started following the way of the Israelites. Okay. And so they started, and basically that's where you get your suffix ish.
Yep. To Judaize, to become Jewish.
Right, to Judaize. Right, to become Jewish. Now you remember what John Hyrcanus did. All right, when he captured, so you can get that account in the Apocrypha. All right, that account can also be found in secular history. Encyclopedias have that account. When the Edomites got that ass whooped by the Israelites, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. You should never forget it. When they put their foot sideways in the Edomites' asses and brought them low and brought them down, they forced them to follow the ways, to follow our laws, statutes, and commandments. But what was Hyrcanus' downfall? He trusted his enemy, because he was later ambushed and killed by his daughters, his very own son-in-law. And then the family that they came from, well, they have direct connection to, what do you call them, guys? The Herodians. Right? And so the Herodians were Jewish. So you have this sect of Edomites that were now calling themselves Jewish. Well, it's the same thing all over again. Right? Because this is their people today, the same people calling themselves Jewish. Right? So you have the Israelites, and then you have the hat-wearing Jewish. The ones who would have, because Israelites didn't cover their crown. All right? That was the Greekish fashion of the Edomites. And so these Jewish converts they still do that to this day. All right? And anyone wants to find something on that,
I got it
bring
right
it.
Well, not the hat, but the forced conversion.
Go ahead, brother.
This even show you how they try to muddy up the waters with how they explain this. And this is from OxfordReference.com. And I just typed in John Hyrcanus forced conversion. It says the forced conversion of the Idumeans or Edomites to Judaism by John Hyrcanus 135 to 105 BCE is the only such recorded case of forced conversion to Judaism. On the other hand, Jews have been the victim of forced conversions throughout their history. So they trying to make it seem
They
like,
try to twist it and take the whole shine the light off of it and make, well, we got to throw this. They suffered in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they go into the forced conversion, though, how he did do that. And I know a brother was grabbing the account in the Apocrypha as well.
Whoever got to bring it out.
It's in First Maccabees 16. Trying to find the exact.
You can get when they killed him. I think that's because that was his son-in-law who was an Idumean who set him up. and they was like in a trap door, and they got them drunk. They got them when they disarmed, they got them drunk, and then they attacked them while they were all eating. They didn't have their weapons on, and they killed them. And then they stood up in this place, just like the scripture says. Matter of fact, somebody get that while he's searching for it. He said, "Never trust thy enemy, because he's gonna stand up in your bring it out, brother."
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, and verse 10.
See, they had to get rid of this apocrypha, man. Esau read that apocrypha, was like, eraser. Right.
Even in some of the apps, they're removing the first and second Ezra's.
Yep.
When you go into the apocrypha,
Wow.
remove 2 whole books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those because those are Christianity killers. Second Ezra's it really destroys Christianity, and once again, it also identifies the so-called white man as Esau, Edom. So
That's right.
right, completely, and identify them by race, by name. All right. So the apocrypha in itself, Wisdom of Solomon destroys the virgin birth lie. Okay, well, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12, and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
That's what John Hyrcanus' son-in-law did. He figured, this my son-in-law. He's married to my daughter. Fuck you doing marrying your daughter to a fucking Edomite? Go ahead.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Right. It's like when you learn that you need glasses. I didn't always wear glasses, but I remember the day that I learned that I needed glasses. I remember it like it was yesterday. All right. I was sitting up in Sluggers, sitting at the bar with some of the bros. And we used to, and the manager was one of the bros too. And we would sit there with our little cards. Every time a woman would walk through the door, amongst ourselves, we'd hold up our card. All right. So a chick walked in, everybody held up their card. I grabbed the 7 and held up a 7. And they all looked at me, and I was like, what? She cute. Kept drinking and shit, all right? And later on, maybe about 5-6 minutes later, my guy that I grew up with, his glasses was sitting on the damn bar. And they had the beer menu. And I remember, and he said something about the menu. You need to do something about that damn menu, Steve. So I grabbed his glasses. Your blind ass can't see shit. And I did like this and looked through his glasses. I didn't even put them to my face. I looked through them and the menu got clear as fuck. I was like, what the fuck? So then I started looking around the room and shit that I thought was just too far away, and to this day, it's crazy how his prescription and mine are very similar. All right. Then I turned around and looked at the girl. I was at the doctor the next day. I'm wearing glasses ever since. Because if I'd have saw clearly, after you wiped that looking glass, I'd have saw she was clearly a 2. All right. But from a distance, I saw them curves. It's like, damn, she decent. She about 7.
Hit you with the
And
phone.
right, everybody looked at me like, man, this nigga drunk. And I'm like, man, fuck y'all, she cute. I looked again, I was like, oh shit. So once you see clearly, I can see clearly down. Remember that song? All right? And that's what happens. When you see clearly, you see the wickedness of Esau, Edom, man. Read, brother.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Right. So clearly, John Hyrcanus didn't take heed to these words. And many Israelites today, they go and make these contracts with Esau. And then Esau turn around and drag them and make it look at Diddy. All right. And so many others, man. All right. Look what they did to R. Kelly, man. That's some of the most unjust shit I've ever seen, man. All right. And I actually like Kelly. That nigga the king of R&B. Fuck what y'all saying, man. All right. All right. Mike the king of pop. Prince the Prince of Pop, and Kelly the King of R&B. Shut up. All right, read, brother.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe to their rebellious children, said Yahweh Shema Shai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Right, and that's why, you know, the elder, he going into how, you know, Jake, they sell out, they make these leagues, these covenants with the heathen. All right, but the scriptures say woe unto them, which is destruction. So, why is it woe unto them? Because you not seeking Yahweh Shema Shai first. You just going out there and getting lost in the world.
It's like these desperate jakes that are, you know, the ones that are fit enough who can actually make it and go to the military that are doing it now. It's the stupidest thing you could do, you know. I have a younger cousin, you know, I call him nephew, but he's really my younger cousin. And, you know, he has 2 beautiful daughters, man. I mean, his daughters are drop dead gorgeous. They both went to the damn Navy, man. And I'm like, and I've already told him, he got the whole breakdown and everything, man. All right? I was like, what, man, why did you endorse that? Why didn't you say nothing to them? All right? You know, and because but you know, he's heard the gospel, you know the truth. To the point to one time, you know, he was a battle rapper. He used to win all the damn local battle raps all around Chicago, man. He was good. And he was talking about, oh man, I'm gonna rap about the 12 tribes and all that. I was like, okay, yeah, well, you go ahead and do that. Yeah, you know? But you went from, you supposed to rap about the 12 tribes to sending your daughters off to whore school. Because college, the military, police department, all right? Those, because the police department is paramilitary. Those are places where virginity and virtue go to die. Point blank, period, man. Because it's a whole lot of smacking sounds. Do it again, brother. That's all that's going on. All right, when a girl goes off, because and they usually they go out and they find themselves. Right. You know, and they go through this what they call the whole phase. Right. And that's the average American woman, but it's triple when it comes to the military, to law enforcement. All right, and to college, and I know because I've experienced all 3. I've seen, I know. All right, I've seen it with my own eyes, man. All right, 'cause I know that every time soldiers deploy, there's a whole new batch of women in the clubs on the base, and all the clubs around the base. All right, it's like, damn, all these women. When you don't know what's going on, because you've been going to the club, you know, so you go. It's like, damn, it's a lot of women in here all of a sudden. Then you find out that 2 or 3 units been deployed.
That one video where the chick, her husband was like deploying, and she was like hugging him and shit, and then she was in a porn video wearing the same exact clothes the same day that Buddy deployed. She was in a porn video wearing the same outfit. They showed her with her husband when he was leaving, and then her like laying in the bed with the same clothes on. The same day.
Wow. Oh, damn. This nigga couldn't even get on the ship. The ship could barely disappear over the horizon.
Right.
And she already. Whose is it?
As soon as he got on the boat, texted the other nigga like, hey,
Everybody.
30 minutes. I'm out.
Damn, right. That nigga got on the boat. I'm going home to put on your favorite perfume and your favorite color.
Everything you taught her.
Sad world we live in, man.
I get some more in there.
Bring it out, brother.
Isaiah 30:2, it says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So the elder, he going into, hey, you got these people they trust in the military. It's people who think, hey, U.S. ain't gonna never lose a battle. They already lost.
They lost a whole bunch. Matter of fact, the U.S. has lost almost every war that it's been in the last, 40 years. All right? They've been fighting proxy wars, and they've lost a lot of those. And like you said, people were trusting, in this thing, and that's what made me come up with the name, because right before we started, the lead farmer, what's made with lead bullets. The lead farmer was on live talking about the fall of America imploding on itself, all right, and the enemy being within. So he said the one thing that Trump said was right, okay. So basically, he was saying that Americans, you know, you worrying about the prices of eggs and all this other stuff. You need to be arming yourselves. Well, guess what? A lot of people can't even afford arms. If you don't have them already, you know, you pretty much fucked already. All right, if the Lord ain't with you, all right, all right, and you know, especially in Illinois, it's not like some states where you can just go to the store, buy it, and walk home with it. In Illinois, you gotta wait and all this other bullshit.
Paperwork.
So while you waiting on your thing, they kicking indoors. You like, hold on, 2 more days, man. 2 more days. Give me a fair chance, man.
It's Saturday, come on Monday.
Right. You know? No, man. Because what you have to do is you have to Isaiah 8:20. All right. Isaiah, was it 33:16, I believe? That I think it's 33:16. The understanding of the scriptures will be our stability.
I got it.
33:6, kind of.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure.
See, there it is, man. That the stability of our times is going to be the understanding. Because these brothers here, all right, these brothers right here, okay, they the only ones that's looking forward. We're looking forward to all this chaos, right? Because we know that, you know, there's no other way to paradise without going through this hell, right? This is all a part of it. The further it's put off, the longer we have to live in this hell, man. Okay, so we understand, you know, like we know in the before the brothers came, I was in the other camp's lesson. And we were talking about that idiot who got ate by the shark he just saved. All right? Dumbass. Okay? So exactly, man. If this fool is a beat shark, he comes along and trying to put in water in the shark face, pulling them back in, you know. And right, shark's starting to wake up and come back, you know. He dragging the shark out to deeper water. He got a little bit of almost chest deep. Shark woke up and took his ass. Right. You know? No, Pop said that the shark started praying, Lord, thank you for this food. Right? So, hey, look, he had himself a good meal, this dumbass. And the person filming never stopped filming. Like, oh, somebody help him. You know?
Call the ambulance.
Right, ain't nobody coming to help him. He didn't turn off his camera though. Right, and guess what the heading on the video was? Had a big cartoon thing of like this thing right here. Right? So Jake is not prepared, and Jake is really stupid because they trust in their enemies, man. And you have to arm yourself, but you have to arm yourself with the spirit, with faith, man. Because without that, you know, you got nothing coming but death and destruction. But bring those scriptures out.
Isaiah 8:20, it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Yeah, there's no light in them, man. If you talking about, you know, Jesus Christ, we know there ain't no light in you. Okay, you talking about the book of the dead, you know, the Quran, there's no prophecies, no scriptures, no savior in those books. The savior of the Israelites is going to be found in the Holy Bible. And his name is not Jesus, his name is not Christ. All right, we've proven that 1,000 times over, and still you people have a hard time with it. Just gave an example how they look. They did not say in Hebrew. Somebody read it again. You got to smack Jake over and over. Read Hebrews 7:14 one more time, and then somebody read 2 Corinthians 11:22 one more time. Bible Kashaf.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
Right, so he came out of Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel, an Israelite tribe. 2 Corinthians 11:22, Bible Kashaf.
2 Corinthians 11:22, it says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
And it say nothing about Jewish, right? You just want to get it right. Nothing about Jewish. All right? And the Bible is for the Hebrew Israelites. So if you're not acknowledging that read it again.
2 Corinthians 11:22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I.
And these very men, these very people are going to speak about and prophesy about doom. All right? because doom is coming to Babylon.
Judgment.
Doom is the way to salvation. There is no other way, man. It has to happen. All right? Yahushua is coming back, and he is not coming back. He's not going to greet them as a man, man. He's coming back like what's the character? I can never remember his name. The ones that the Avengers fought. Thanos and Darkseid. You combine them. All right?
Apocalypse.
And Apocalypse. You combine that. That's Yahushua. As a matter of fact, all three of those characters are really Yahushua. That's what he is. And they're all dark. All right? The Lord is coming back. The God of the Israelites. The power of the Israelites. The power of the Hebrews. The Hebrew Israelites. Stop trying to include everybody into it. It's got nothing to do with the rest of y'all, man. All right? The Hebrew Israelites were called Christians first at Antioch.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Yeah, so like the Elder Malcolm was going into, man, hey, only the hopeful righteous elect is really hastening and yearning for these things. We wake up and we pray to Yahweh me outside, Lord, Babashah, hey, speed this thing up, you know, make this crack today. You know what I'm saying? Lord will, Jacob's trouble is soon. You know what I'm saying? Only the hopeful righteous elect have that mindset anyway, because when the doom comes, that's when Yahweh is going to show that he is that true superhero. He is that savior, man. He's going to come right on time for his elect, man.
Look, bro, I just watched a video where everyday, you know, pants sagging, shiesty wearing, weed smoking nigga was walking around the store showing you the prices of food. All right? And he said, how do I know that there's going to be mass looting and violence? And he started showing you the prices on food. All right? My sister left me a message, man. I still have that message in my phone about how she was at a store on 107th or 100 somewhere because she had spent $500 at Whole Foods. Like, fuck that. Let me go to the hood. All right? And she was in there and she was talking to a little more of the kingdom chick. All right? And she told her that 3 people had already walked out with shopping carts full of food. They filled up their shopping carts and just walked out the store. All right? And that security, once they break the plan of the door, because security can't go outside and deal with them outside. That if the police aren't there to catch them as they're going out, they just got away with it. And she was like, damn, well, shit, let me fill up my shit and walk out now. But no, she was making a joke, but she was like, damn, you've been saying this for years. And I see it now. I had to say the message. All right? So, and for that guy to make that video, shit's about to get real, man. So, when they start doing that to little mom and pop shops, what you think mom and pop gonna do?
Pop somebody in this motherfucker.
They gonna exactly. You gonna hear that notorious racking of the pump, all right? That right, which you don't have to say shit else. All right, people understand that. The exit stage left immediately. All right, immediately. Okay, so that's gonna happen, you know, and it is gonna happen. When you got eggs are damn near they are $10 in some places, man. For a dozen eggs, 20. Something that used to cost you $1.
Yeah.
Less than $1.
People went from fighting over toilet paper to fighting over eggs.
Yeah.
What's next at this point?
Yeah. It's getting ready to get nasty out there, man. And so what happens after that? People gonna be just filling up their carts and walking out the store, and then you gonna have them big brodies outside to meet them outside. You know, we all remember that little thing, jackpot. Yeah. Big Brody walked up on that little Edomite, you know, and he pissed on himself. You saw him pee on himself, and walked off with his groceries. Yeah. Big old swole ass Brody with the bald head. Nigga said, Brody gonna eat good tonight. like Debo walking up with the little Edomite's food, little Edomite pissing on himself. He literally pissed on himself, man. Right? And Brody was just fucking with him. He gave him back his cart. But the Edomite literally did piss on himself, man. He was like, oh shit. You know? So shit got caught on camera. You know?
Oh man.
Yeah, but you know, fucking with people like that in the future get you shot, man. Y'all remember what happened to Tyrone?
Yeah.
You know, how he was always here to fuck somebody's wife. He did it one too many times. And somebody popped his ass.
Good.
All right?
Good.
Yeah, that's what happened to him. But you know, he a stupid ass nigga. He healed up from his wounds and started doing the damn skits again.
Oh my god.
You know?
You don't know
If you ain't seen
first time.
because I mean, you know, they kind of old school at this point.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know? No, go ahead, brother.
That's what they got less funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit got old
How
quick.
do you want to just back what you
Bring
just
it out,
saying?
brother.
Just the situation with your sister, what she was explaining what happened to at the grocery store. It says in Luke 23 verse 31 says, "For if they do these things in the green tree, what should be done in the dry?"
There it is, man. So you can actually, you know, although it's getting pretty bad, pretty fast, but you can still get in your car, go somewhere, you know, pay a ridiculous amount of money to sit down in a restaurant, all right, way more than what you normally pay, all right, pay way more than what you would normally pay when you go in grocery shopping. But you can still do that, even though less and less people are able to do that. That's why they're complaining. But it's going to get to the point where people won't be able to do that. I mean, I can't even count how many videos I've seen of women breaking down crying, talking about how, you know, am I going to pay my mortgage or my rent, or am I going to buy groceries? You know, they don't, you know, and I'm thinking, well, time to bend over then.
That's it.
You know, you got them cheeks and them lips, put them to use.
Time to go
In the
pick
past-
Hey, but guess what? You know what? Right? Even that's only gonna work for so long, because pretty soon the guy ain't gonna have money to give you
Exactly.
for the cheeks. All right. So guess what? He gonna take the cheeks and your groceries. So he gonna hit a what?
Jackpot.
Yeah.
You gonna hit a smacking sound anyway. But it's gonna be against your will this time.
Smacking and snacking.
Cause because he ain't paying, and then he's still gonna take your food, man. All right, so that's what. So you know, cause I keep saying prostitution get ready to come back in a big way. All right,
it out.
and the brother said it's already here. So it's gonna get even worse, man. All right, it's gonna get even worse. But here's the problem for all you women out there who are getting by using your body, using your swallowing skills. You know, for you ones practicing on big ass pieces of fruit and vegetables and shit. All right,
Cucumbers.
you cucumbers. All right, you see, because right now you getting money for it. Pretty soon they gonna stop paying you. They gonna take that shit anyway. Especially you got certain customers that keep coming back and they like you. All right, so they gonna be like the booty warrior. Right? I like you, and I want you. We can do this the hard way, or we can do this the easy way. All right? You gonna have them type characters. Bring it out, brother.
It says Illinois, and this is why man is going to be a hiding place according to the scriptures. It says Illinois lawmakers bill would decriminalize prostitution, create sex workers bill of rights.
Damn.
It says State Senator Selena Villanueva and State Representative Will Gazzardi introduced legislation backed by a former prostitute, Equality Illinois board member and chair of the Sex Worker Advisory Group.
So she's sitting at the table in a suit, in a skirt suit, representing the hoes, with her legs crossed. Fuck that. Go ahead, brother. I just have to picture that shit. You know? Right.
I want this back. It said that the bill would remove criminal penalties for adults engaged in consensual paid sex and remove arrest and conviction records for prostitutes.
I bet they
It
would.
would also create a sex workers bill of rights. It's really just making sure when we're making these exchanges that we're not so worried about the policing of our bodies.
Okay, so the only reason, and here's the thing, exactly, the only reason Esau is concerned about that, because he don't want anyone to have autonomous wealth. Even if you're a really good looking hoe, and you're attractive hoe, or whore, however you want to say it, lady of the night, whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right, and you making money, Esau like, not in my kingdom. right? Now, if I can tax you for that lip service and cheek service you give, then we can. And so that's why she's sitting at the table with her little skirt on and her sports jacket. All right.
Ludacris said, writing off on taxes, hoes independent.
There you go, man.
Look, I was gonna say because such those different P sites, you know, that Esau even got. Some of those women actually do create their own fan base based off their looks, based off their videos.
They personality.
Yeah, based on their personality.
People flock to them.
Yep.
fans.
But Esau,
Content
he
creators.
does.
Oh, God.
He basically buys the women, man. You know, to where he don't let them put out a certain, or he'll have them in a certain group to where they can only have sex with them. You know, and I know this to be true. They only can have. That's why you only see certain P stars only with certain men or doing solo content. You don't see them doing things, or unless they have a mate. You know what I'm saying? But Esau even buys them.
Esau's controlling it.
He's controlling all
So
of
the
them.
ones he want, you know, he's like, well, you know what? It's all to make
Yep.
money.
He keep them to
But then he
himself.
keeps certain ones to himself.
Yep.
Like, no, well, you guys can watch, but you can't partake.
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Go
because you
ahead,
have to think
brother.
about all the NFL players and stuff. They will be buying those women. They will have, you know, but which they do get their little, they part, but yeah.
Something ain't easy.
I mean, the rabbi owned the industry.
This is true.
The P-Hub.
The biggest one is the P-Hub, and that's by a rabbi. So what's
Corn,
it?
straight corn.
All right. Right. You know, bring it out. What you got, Shimon?
That was basically it. It says in 2013, Illinois reduced prostitution conviction for a felony to a Class A misdemeanor, but it is still punishable by up to a year jail, $2,500 in fine. So they actually formally introduced that last week.
Wow. So so basically, as long as if you're gonna do that, you get in line with Esau Edom, then you good to go. Because now, I guess you damn.
Probably at the
So what do you do when you go to the tax office to fill out your W-2?
It's a write-off.
So can I, right, so you got a 1099, what do you do? Well,
Fill out
you know, well, I suck and I, you know, it's like, oh, okay.
I'm too.
Well, so how many you think you sucked? Right, did you buy, did you keep receipts? Did you buy coffee? Right, I mean, they made a whole bit, because you know, when you're doing business transactions, you can write off your dinners, and you know, if you go have coffee, you can write that off. You know, if you go buy food, you had a, so if you interviewing a new, potential client, you know, can you write this shit off?
Man.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like a private contractor or something.
Exactly. So right. So how many? So did you give up their names? You know. I mean, I'm just wondering, how does this shit work?
Working somewhere.
Because he's got to pay, and if he's not paying with cash, he's paying with a. So you take only card. You know. Right.
Sell Cash App on.
You got a thing that I swipe right here. You know. You swipe, you bend over. How the fuck does this work? I mean, I'm like, damn, what the hell, man? This shit is crazy. What you got, brother?
I was gonna say, I remember it was this chick trying to argue with me about how like you should just be okay with prostitution. It's a regular job and so on and so forth. So just to get under the bitch skin, I asked her, so this is the case, and somebody takes it from the prostitute. Is it now theft or rape? And the bitch just looked at me and was like, nigga, what? I said, you said it's regular work. He stole her services. What is he going to jail for?
Damn.
That bitch started spazzing. I just laughed and walked away. But that's how you know they be on some folly, because the shit don't even make sense, man.
Wow. That's a good question.
It's Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And that storm is coming, man, which these niggas, they not gonna be able to defend nothing, but the men of the Lord, you know, we know Isaiah 4.
Yeah.
And the rest of the scripture that apply, that's the ones that the women are gonna flock to.
Well, yeah, these niggas with these switches gonna die. What was that rapper you were telling me about earlier, Yasharella? Julio Fulio. I had never even heard of this clown. Then he told me what he was rapping about. The nigga's lyrics was about a whole list of people that he and his squad had offed.
Got shot.
All right.
Right, like,
So if that's what you're doing, how long do you think it is before somebody track you down and you be the lyric in somebody else's song?
he already is. That's what happened. He already is. That's what happened.
And then the nigga, he made a song. He talk about. He say, "I'm an Israelite and my grandma Zoe. Then she do voodoo and cut the head off a goat."
Yeah.
That's the nigga knew. He just
nigga
knew
know
too
you-
fucking much, man. Or
Wow. He said what?
He say, I'm an Israelite and my grandma Zoe, and she do voodoo, cut the head off a goat.
God damn.
Yeah, they was Levites.
Yeah,
Grandma doing that voodoo shit down there in what, Mississippi or
So
something.
was he one of Florida? One of Florida Levites. So he was this one of them Florida guys. So I never even knew about this shit, man. You know, this was news to me. Cause I don't really fuck with rap like that. You know, I like the old school shit. These YNs, this shit.
I got a preset. You got, bro.
Bring it up, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra 16:33. It says, "The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. And the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." Like the elder said, man, when it's all said and done, the elect are going to be the only ones left standing. You know, so
And we can't wait, man.
Yeah.
All right. You know, so these well-to-do jakes that think they got it going on, you know, that and look, you can't do well in this society without bending the knee to Esau in some form or fashion. All right. Esau is not going to allow you to have autonomous wealth where you could, just live okay and not be stressed for money and be able to, support your family, even leave stuff to your children, because that's what it's all about. You're supposed to be able to leave something to your children, especially your sons. All right, and Esau has made sure that that's generally not the case with the tribes, especially with Judah. All right, especially with Judah. All right, and he's made sure that didn't happen, man. So in order for you to be able to do that, you got to do some dirt. We got to do something wrong, man. Then Biggie say you got to have a wicked jump shot or shoot or sling rock, something like that.
Or you got a wicked jump shot.
There you go, man. And both, he control of both. Kanye said it, and the white man in control of all of that. So it's true, man. All right. Who is Esau Edom?
I got Eliphaz in the blue letter.
Bring it out, brother.
This is the name Eliphaz in the blue letter is Strong's H464. It says Esau's son, father Teman. Eliphaz means my God is fine gold.
Wow.
Word.
Wow. That's what I never knew that.
Eliphaz, my God is gold. Basically, he wants a piece.
So
He
there's
wants a piece of what you got.
Yeah, exactly. Aha. We know exactly who they are. All right. Bring it out, brother.
Like the elder was going into earlier, the bottom line is only Israel's going to be saved. None of this shit you're doing is going to save you. This place is going to collapse. You selling ass, you can't sell ass if there's no money. This shit is going through hell. So no matter what y'all do, it's a wrap for y'all. This is 2nd Ezra 6:22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." So you can't heal Babylon. This place is through, and only the elect of Israel is going to be saved. And Esau, Edom, his time is up. So no matter how long y'all think that Trump is going to prop up his economy, and it's not going to happen. He can't save America. It's over with. Right. And there's nothing you can do about it. He says, "And the trump shall give a sound, which when every man hear, they shall be suddenly afraid." And that's what's coming for y'all. Everybody who's bent the knee, bowed down, that MOTB, to see him, all of that is coming right around the corner. You're not going to survive it because, like you said, only the elect are going to be saved out of this. And this Jacob's trouble, all this is about to happen.
Yeah. So
y'all walking around partying and bullshitting, and they telling you, like the elder just went into, get your lead, get your guns, because it's going to go down. You know what I mean? And even only Yahweh Shai is going to save us.
Yeah, you can have all the guns in the world, man. I could be sitting. Matter of fact, I got pictures of me with the 60 I used to carry. I can have that and 20 bandoliers rounds to go with it, man. It won't save me if the Lord ain't with me, man.
Facts.
I'm
It's
not
right.
trusting my bow.
But you're right. It ain't, you know, if the Lord ain't with you, man, no matter how much firepower you got, it ain't, you know,
Right.
you're a goner. You the walking dead, literally.
Yep. It says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So when all this persecution, all this shit hits the fan, you know, I was just watching that movie that brother put on there with what's his name? It's on Netflix, 0 Day, where they cut off the lights. You know what I mean? It's a good Netflix thing, 6 episodes, and they got Robert De Niro playing the president. Long story short,
Zero day.
0 Day. I'm not good with the whole movie,
Okay.
but the bottom line is, you know what I mean? They cut the lights off, you know, for a minute, everything, and the shit went crazy.
Yeah, so
So,
you just
know what I mean?
wait. Because
Yes.
the light's gonna go off and stay off a long time.
Right.
There's gonna be no power, and it's gonna, wow, and right, and all these women that are masculine and tough, they're gonna not be so masculine and tough anymore.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, a lot of these, it's gonna be a lot of women with no teeth.
They gonna get that,
Because a lot of them gonna get bust in the mouth with an F, mouth.
what's that?
Right.
What's that singer? They're gonna be in that spirit, that Vanessa Adams spirit. Say, I need to talk to you. Ask you for your guidance, especially today when my world seems so cloudy. They're gonna be coming to the men of the Lord in that spirit, man. Trying to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man.
Trying to ask for some guidance, man.
Right, I'm gonna tell you to swine dive off your balcony.
What that nigga say on that Old
Man,
Spice commercial?
make it quick, baby. Just hey, look, see that balcony? There you go. You can make it fast.
That's right.
Just close your eyes and jump. You won't even feel it. All right. Just keep your eyes closed. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, he's talking about Yolanda Adams.
Yes.
Yolanda Adams, yeah, man. They're gonna be in that Yolanda Adams spirit, man.
You been hold one, brother. You got it. Bring it out, brother.
Well, no, it's basically in other words what he was just saying with the sedition among men and women. So these women ain't gonna be able to select that coochie cat no more. So I mean, and then the neighbors ain't gonna be able to be your neighbor no more either. So he basically summed it up.
That's the day when as I've said, so many times, the carousel gonna ride you.
Right.
All right. You've been jumping from man to man, and now men are getting ready to jump, pass you around. All right. Often, a lot of men. All right. And quite a few at one time. Okay. And for some of you women who get down like that anyway, see, it's gonna be different when you're not choosing and picking the men. All right. When you don't like the men and they doing it anyway. And they ain't gonna be nice to you either. They ain't gonna respect your boundaries. When you say stop or please, no.
Diego gonna have fun.
Right.
No safe words.
Oh yeah, no safe, exactly. Right.
Choo Choo ran on you by a bunch of short kings.
All right. Short kings with big ass feet. They ain't gonna be too nice either. Go ahead, brother.
Here's the book of Isaiah chapter 4:1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by that name to take away our reproach, man. So in these days, the elect man is going to be, is obviously, which we're the most high value men now. But in those times, our value is just going to skyrocket.
Right. And those women who get choked, because just because those women are saying that, they don't mean they're gonna get chosen, man.
Right.
And there's a couple women that I want to look in their eyes and tell them, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me, could you tap that sister over there? She'll be like, but yeah, man. So those are going to be the blessed ones, man. Because the majority of these women, I don't want to have nothing to do with them, man. I'm disgusted by the women in this society, and by men too. I mean, but these women, I'm utterly disgusted by them. I go on Instagram and and I'm seeing, you can't help but see shit,
Yeah.
and I'll look at it, and I'll say something goofy, like whatever, baby, baby. But you know, but I don't mean none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like because it's so much of it. You know, and then my whole thing is, what else you got? You know, what else you got? I just saw, 10 other gigantic breasts. You know, I just saw 50 other big booties. What makes yours so special? All right. So please. Matter of fact, I would actually be more attractive to you if you were covering up.
That's right.
Your big booty, because if you really got it, you're gonna see it regardless. But I love to see the modesty.
Yep.
That's what I actually find it attractive, man. Because when a woman really got that, you can still see it, but you admire the fact that she's attempting to be modest with it. And that's my thought process. I don't know about anybody else, but that's my process. Because I don't want something that everybody didn't see, man.
And that's what
And in a lot of cases, for majority of these women, everybody didn't have.
Yes.
Right.
Thanks.
When you've had more men than your grandmas had birthdays, that's it. I got a problem with that.
2002,
All right. Well, and that, oh my God, that. What the hell?
And she got pregnant.
LeBron.
Oh my God.
Damn, Freddy Krueger baby, boy.
DNA
Damn, the son of 1,000 maniacs. Freddy Krueger baby, man. That was the storyline of Freddy Krueger. The nun got raped by 1,000 maniacs. Right? If you never, that's the right. That's how. That was Freddy Krueger. That's why the nigga was demons and crazy, man. All them different DNAs on his mama when he came out, and they all was maniacs. All of them was crazy. She was a nun in a nut home, and the prisoners got loose, and they basically ran 1,000-man train on her. There was a lot of smacking going on, a non-stop. Her ass was passed out, still smack. All right, go ahead, brother.
Just going into how the elder is saying, hey, in that day you're gonna need a hopeful, you're gonna need an elect men. So this the book of Obadiah, chapter verse 21. It says, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the Mount of Esau. And that's not everybody. That's not just because you an Israelite man, you automatically in this term savior. No, that's the 1/3. When you refer unto Zechariah, I believe the 13th chapter.
Matter of fact, you can get it. We're going to get ready to wrap with that. Right? Because that's what it comes down to. Matter of fact, get Ezekiel 9:4 and then Zechariah and then Ezekiel 9:4. Either or, don't matter which one comes first. But that's what it comes down to. Right? Because, the Lord told you, I think it was in Peter when he said, you first began in my house, in the house of the Lord. So we see that the house of Esau is falling apart. So they automatically, they done. All right? But the 2/3 of Jacob are going to be out of death of the heathen. And they'll get that blessing when they come back. All right? And that's something we're trying to duck and dodge. We're trying to duck and dodge that curse of being a nutsack Israelite. Because, I don't want no parts of that because that's going to be painful. Right? And it's going to be shameful. I know people I have people that I know that straight up told me, well, you said we get in the kingdom anyway. Why fuck that nigga.
Weak sauce.
I'm going to get the kingdom anyway. I'm going to keep tooting. I'm going to keep smoking and doing whatever, man.
Pork chops.
Right. Fuck that. My nigga got the biggest booty, man. Her husband be gone. Right? Yeah, it's guys like that, man. And guess what? That means it's women like that. She wait for her husband to leave so she can go next door to her neighbor because her neighbor got that good stuff that her husband don't have. And it's not that he don't have it. She just wants something different anyway. Because I found with my own experiences, you could, a woman can tell you the best she ever had and still turn around and bang somebody else. It's just what they gonna do, man. It is what it is.
Open it to every arrow.
There it is.
Starts to travel.
So that's what it is, man. All right, bring those scriptures out.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is my power.
There it is, man. So the 1/3 is gonna make it through, and the Lord is going to defend them and say that these are my people. All right. rest of you, you're gonna get that Ezekiel 9 and 4, man, and it's gonna be painful. All right. And in some cases, he's gonna actually allow 1/3 to do it too. Right? Because the fishermen, see, right now we're fishing for men. Fishing season is over, you know, and hunting season is about to start. All right, go ahead, brother. Who got the
Next
next
the
one?
book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. It saying the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry.
And that word mark there is not the same mark that's in Revelation 13 and 16. It's not the same mark. All right, this is the why. This is basically mercy. Those who have this truth have the mark of Yahweh Bashem Shai, who know the name. All right, and not only know the name, but believe on that name and follow it to the best of their ability. Because there's a lot of jakes that know the Israelites. There's a lot of jakes that know the name, and they still ain't right, man. All right, they too concerned with this world, taking deals, watering down the doctrine, and worried about that crazy shit in their garage.
Something crazy.
You know,
I seen it.
covering up their heads, you know, with hats, while teaching them, you know, teaching the name of the Lord, getting embarrassed by Christians.
See.
All right,
Got ways to seek love.
exactly, and that's what it comes down to. And then when you tell the truth on them, oh, you just a hater. No, nigga, you just a false prophet. All right, what's simple as that, man?
No man can serve two masters.
Right, because exactly. Because you know, any nigga can have some crazy in their garage, man. So the fuck what?
It's till they take it with your dumb ass. Have you
Right.
seen what they done to everybody else? Because as soon as they done with your dumb ass, you gonna all that shit you got, they gonna take from.
Well, let them find out the hard way. Some more to that.
Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Yep, so your little suckling ass loudmouth brat gonna get it too. The Lord ain't sparing nobody. Right? He gonna fuck you up, fuck your loudmouth ass grandma up, fuck up your bitty, your loudmouth baby. Your loudmouth back talking that ain't my daddy baby. All right? Big mama, big daddy, all of them gonna get it. All right? You know, with your idols and your rosaries and your Edomite Cesare Borgiers all over your damn house, man. I'm gonna kill y'all, man. Your Egyptian unks, you know, your Elijah Muhammad's. The Lord, you know, there's no salvation in any other name.
That's right.
You know, except Yahweh Shai, man. Point blank period. There's more to that.
Yes, sir. Continuing on, it says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Right, so he gonna begin at the sanctuary, man. All right, and I pray it. I see it in my head, man. You niggas gonna do what you do. Niggas and spiggers, they gonna run straight to them churches. The churches gonna be full, man, and them doors gonna blow open. All right, and the hunters gonna float in. They ain't gonna walk. They gonna float in. Garments floating in the wind and shit. All right, and they gonna come with the swords and they gonna put everybody to death, man. It's gonna be a bloodbath in there. All right, every name they call on Cesare Borgia, on Earth Pig. All right, it's gonna get nasty out there. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor and glory unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachach,
Kwam Yasharallah,
Kwam Yasharallah,
Abad Babal.
Abba, Babal.